What up, everybody? It is the Oracle in Motion here, bringing you a New Year's reading for my Scorpios. If anybody else connects with that, with what comes up, dive into it. Take what works for you, leave the rest. Jumping right into it, your Oracle card for the new year is Miracles. Be prepared for something amazing to happen. Scorpios often get a bad rap as being these dark and brooding people, or being sexual. I don't want to say sexual predators. That was going to be a charged word. Um, Sexual tyrannosauruses is what I'm going to say. They're sexual tyrannosauruses. But oftentimes we forget that those are just attributes that we get if we aren't putting a lot of energy into changing things. Those are lessons more so that we have to learn on how to incorporate our personality in a harmonious way with those natural leanings. But there's something good coming for you if you could just stop brooding so much. And one of the things that needs to be brought up in that is perception. So we have this sigil of perception here, which is going to shift your attitude towards a more awareness of the little miracles that we embrace on a day-to-day basis, because oftentimes we're looking for these big things, but we miss the small, amazing gifts that we are given on a consistent and regular basis. So real quick, I want to use this time while I am shuffling the cards to tell you to subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'm going to be around here for a while. If you want to listen to this stuff while you're driving, I transition the audio into podcast format, and that is on iTunes and all of that. The link is in the description. Also, if you want to get a personal reading or donate, those links are below as well. So, very first card for my Scorpios, where can you benefit in the coming year? So you have 9, which in traditional tarot is the Hermit. In this one, it is a person looking at the soul of their ancestors and connecting. So my Scorpios can really benefit by connecting with their ancestors, reviewing their life, and taking the knowledge of that to illuminate their current set of circumstances. The thing about the Hermit in traditional tarot is that light of using that light, casting, looking inside yourself with the light of spirit. And that's one of the things that I would suggest you could benefit doing this upcoming year. Looking deep inside, there's going to be this great reward for you in there, and a miracle can happen if you do that. It's all about perception. Something else about this, there's the snake on this staff. Snakes are symbols of wisdom, and snakes are just symbols of wisdom throughout the ages. It was bastardized by Christianity at one point. That snake there is green. So to me, that speaks of heart wisdom. Use the wisdom of your heart to look back on your life and gain this understanding. So what do you need to think about in the upcoming year? Oh, this is amazing. So you have the 7 of Stones, which again, it has this serpent. And just for sake of argument, we're going to say that illuminated serpent is what's causing the light and where you can benefit. So where you can benefit is also what you need to think about. But this person here is afraid of the serpent in the second card. So you need to think about not being afraid of reviewing your life, looking back on your life, and integrating all of those experiences. All of them have already happened. They're already said and done. This is your opportunity to make a final peace with those circumstances, release them, and move forward. And you don't need to be afraid of it. It's okay. But there's going to be part of the benefit of it, I guess, is being afraid of it as well, which is interesting. So you have to have the courage to face those fears, and when you do, you're going to be liberated, and it's going to take you in a whole new direction. What do you need to do? You have the Queen of Stones. So stones are about emotions and healing, and I should also tie this into the 7. This is a person who's afraid of their emotions and afraid of the wisdom of their emotions because they've been disconnected from it for so long. So you need to think about that on a deep level. Then you have the Queen of Stones. So Queen of Stones is really all about healing and she's walking on this water. Water is a symbol of emotions in tarot. She's walking on it, not causing these ripples, so she's going through her emotions, and it's not disturbing things on a deep level. The colors in this card would be orange of these little fish that are around her, which is this sexuality and creativity of the sacral chakra. So it's like letting these various elements of your sexuality and creativity free. Then you have these pinks. Pink is relative to the emotional heart, I've heard it said. It's a secondary color of the heart chakra if it's not green. Then you have these blues. So the light blue is relative to throat chakra, which is speaking your truth, healing your voice. The other element of it is the darker blue, which is third eye, healing your intuition and your perception. Then there's the shades of purple, which is healing your connection to spirit, and really stepping into all of that power that I don't want to say you've been neglecting, but you've shut yourself off of, because a lot of our power exists behind our emotions and through our past. And the miracle's going to come from integrating all of those experiences and shifting your perception. So here's the challenge of all of that. The challenge for you is going to be not becoming so disconnected from reality when you go to explore this. Because we have in the Eight of Bones, Bones is relative to wands in this deck. Wands is relative to fire or creativity. And it's, to me, this is saying that the challenge is not creating the environment where you become so disconnected. As somebody who had an intensely powerful spiritual awakening that came as psychosis and all of that, I definitely find this to be true. Don't get so caught up in the light that you lose track of what is real, because there's this kind of I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. I guess awakening sickness, I would call it, almost awakening insanity, where we become so detached from reality because we're chasing this quote unquote ultimate truth. And the thing is, the ultimate truth can't be held by us. So when you're peeling back these layers, don't rush it. Allow yourself to feel everything, and don't focus so much on the feel-good stuff or the negative stuff where you get bogged down, because reality is more central. It's this more center point of not being buried and not floating off, if that makes sense. It's the middle path that they talk about in Taoism. It's the middle pillar that's kind of alluded. It's the central point between severity and mercy, or Joaquin and Boaz. That's what we are aiming for. So keep your feet on the ground, your head in the clouds. Expect good things to happen. Look within. Face your emotions. Get comfortable navigating them. And your year's going to be stellar. Here's the thing, too. Just because it's the challenge of not getting disconnected doesn't mean that you won't get disconnected from time to time this year. Take it in stride. Ground yourself. Allow good things to happen. The other interesting thing about the miracle card is there's this barren landscape that's kind of displayed, and it's almost kind of similar to like Burning Man, where it's the blank landscape of the playa, where they build this insanely amazing environment for people to come and express themselves. So you have this playa, which might be these harsh conditions internally, but you can create an amazing things for yourself. And with that, love, light, respect, Happy New Year, Scorpios. Peace.